Welcome back to the GSL Code A. I am Wolf. With me is Caldor. We've had 2 exciting best of 3s already, but we're only halfway done. You can see Alicia losing to Bomber 2-1 in a pretty close series.
Which also means that we have Bomber against Zenyo in the next round, which is really exciting.
Yep. And looks like we're going to take a look at our replay from the last game. Take a closer look at that before we jump into this next set. Now, Avenge against Sniper is going to be determined after this as well. Or this is actually going to be the first map. I meant to say after this we're going to have Nada against Pyun. So don't forget about that. That's coming up later. You can see the win record here for Avenge is shown. Oh, I was like a little bit confused. There's no win record for Sniper, but it's on the left side. It's 50%.
They're actually pretty even here, and yeah. I'm looking forward to this match. I love Zerg versus Protoss, and it's going to be interesting, especially as the first map is Cloud Kingdom. So we are going to see what MVP Sniper is going to do against Avenge, one of the few players for the Zenix team that's going strong here.
Yeah. And I thought we were going to take a look at the replay, but I guess we're not, which is totally fine with me, because I don't need to talk about that game anymore. We can talk about it more later, you know, perhaps next time Alicia plays, we'll remember it. But it was pretty straightforward. Now, this Cloud Kingdom map is a map that's pretty good. I like it. It's a map that I think it's actually one of my favorite new maps. I really like how it's designed with the center. I really like the way it looks aesthetically. It's very reminiscent of Tal'Darim Altar, but it's a 2-player map, and I don't know, I just really like it. It feels good. I'm really happy with it.
The mini-map has this Superman-esque going on, so I'm quite happy with the map.
Oh, I never noticed that before, actually. That's really cool.
And we are starting the game, guys. This is Zenix Avenge against the Sniper here at the GSL Code A with Colorful. Top right of the map in the red color, we now have our Zenix player. It's the Protoss in the game. On our first map, Cloud Kingdom, here we have
Zenix Avenge.
Zenix Avenge,
he
and
took out Idra last time.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, if I remember correctly. I believe he was a player to take out Idra. And his opponent down here, our other Zerg, took out Sase once. He is
MVP Sniper.
The last 2 games that we have from Sniper against Protoss, he lost to Inca in the GSL up and down matches, but he won against Ace, for example, and he was actually able to win against Avenge in the KSL Team League. It was back in January, so it's already a few months ago, but those guys have met in competitive play before.
Yeah, you know, I think the thing about Sniper is that he's very underrated. In his up and down matches, he looked really strong. In fact, if I remember correctly, he almost made it through. And he's a player who not that many people are talking about, but he's on a great team. He's on Team MVP, which has been on such a tear these last 6 months. I mean, MVP has gone from great to awesome. I don't know, like, I don't know what's better than great, but they went from being great to just better than great. Very recently, you know, they were partnering with Complexity. Now they're partnered up with MYM, but they've had a lot of success recently, and he's on a team like that, has a ton of success, a good mentality, and wow, look at this double pylon block, stopping not only the natural, but the third base as well. That's going to be so frustrating for Sniper.
He really wants to make sure that this hatch is denied for a long time. And now the pool is, of course, nearly finished, so we will see a few Zerg teams early on. But I have to completely agree with you. MVP is a great team, and he has a lot of great practice partners that he can just train with for his games. And I feel like the team spirit in teams like TSL and MVP is exceptionally. So it's really exceptional. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Sniper is going to do here. We had a few of the MVP players, like for example Monster, also attending DreamHack, and they just did so well, especially considering that it was their first event abroad.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to travel, jet lag and everything else, do well at an event, especially with a crowd like there was at DreamHack. Those are the best crowds I've ever experienced in my entire life.
This chanting when Thorzane won, I was sitting in front of my computer and I was like, I had goosebumps. I was like, wow,
yeah,
those suites are just amazing. Yeah, crazy.
I was always wondering how well they could be heard on the stream. It looks like, I mean, everyone was talking about it.
You could hear them.
Yeah, they were really, really enthusiastic. Definitely an awesome event. I really enjoyed it. And then, yeah, Monster is another Zerg that he can train from and learn from. A great amount of depth on the team. Of course, we have Dongray Gu on the team as well. Now the pylons have been destroyed. We're going to the next phase of this game where Sniper has taken the double expansion.
Oh, is he able to kill the probe before it actually gets into range?
Oh, I think he would have if he didn't do that. That was kind of weird. It was hard to say, but...
That was a weird split.
Yeah. And as a result, he does see the third base. He has not been able to verify the natural yet, though.
We have once again the situation that the Protoss player is not mining from the second Vespene gather. Yeah, he's just seen the main base and attacking the rocks right away. You want to get rid of those rocks as fast as possible, because later on, obviously, as soon as sentries come into play and you try to be a little bit aggressive, if those rocks are still there, it's so easy for the Protoss player to just split your army.
Yeah, it's really, really easy. Getting those rocks out is awesome. He even catches the probe here. He probably predicted that would be the path of the probe's return.
That is one of the things that you have to do. In StarCraft II, you have to make sure that your start is really good, that you have the scouting, that you do those small things like spread your creep, kill the rocks early on. We have the scenario in Entombed Valley where you have to kill the rocks in order to get your third base, in order to have the safe pathway between the natural and the third. On Cloud Kingdom, you have to make sure that you get rid of these obstacles as well. Just the whole stuff, getting overlords in position. It's so important that you have a good start if you want to have a great late game.
Yeah, it's really, really important to do these little things one at a time.
They just add up.
They definitely add up. The rocks are almost dead, in fact, which gives him just so much more ability to pressure. If he wants to, he doesn't have to, but he's lost nothing. Even got a probe kill out of it. Now, Sniper does see the gas here, does not see the fourth gas, but he can see the third one, which is usually indicative of a fourth gas, but not necessarily the case. You can also see the +1 is spinning, so he's got a lot of information here. Starts a Roach Warren and the Evolution Chamber just to cover all of his bases.
Right at 7 minutes and 10 seconds, so the usual timing, in order to prepare for anything that could possibly come your way.
Yeah. We do see a robotics facility going down very quickly for Avenge. We could see a Warp Prism timing attack. It's entirely possible. That's normally what you see with a Robo this early.
The Overlord is going to die and doesn't see anything at all, so he won't be able to spot the tag.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Sniper. Nicely positioned by Avenge, putting it in a place where no matter what, he would be able to see the Overlord coming. And we do see more gates being added. Now looks like he's going to go up to 4. May go up to 5 if he wants to, but 4 is usually the normal number.
At this point, it kind of looks like he might just start adding Immortals. Yeah, there it is, first Immortal. So it might just be the Immortal drop that guy and it got popular on Metropolis.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think that is what we're going to see here. Well, he's actually...
attack, sorry.
He's going to go for the 6 gateways, and yeah, I think you're right. We're going to see that Immortal attack. He's going to add the first Immortal, and he wants to make sure his opponent does not see that, so he's going to keep it at the top of his ramp very likely, because if the Zerling comes and sees that, he's going to be, oh, I know what's going on. The problem with this push, though, is even if you know it's coming, it's still so hard to stop it.
And if you don't know it's coming, it might just hit you straight into the face and you can't even defend.
Yeah, exactly. There are just a few sentries out right now, 4 of them. They've built their energy up quite a bit. And at this point, ooh, I like this a lot. He's faking an expand. He's moving his probe over here, making a pylon near where his expansion would be, shown to the Zerglings.
This is a bit clumsy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you built the pylon straight into a circle of 6 Zerglings.
He's really faking it. He is trying to show his opponent like crazy that he wants to expand.
We have the Warp Prism already being prepared. And look at all these sentries. Usually you push out with roughly 10 sentries, 10 to 12, 3 Immortals. 2 Immortals already.
This is really, really smart by Avenge. I think he's going to have Sniper duped here. Burrow, though, is on the way. It's going to be finishing up here all the upgrades. Even the +1 Carapace is going to be out, and 15 Roaches are on the way. He's making these Roaches for a different purpose, though. I feel he's making these Roaches to pressure this potential third base. But in reality, it's going to be that Immortal timing attack. Oh, he sees everything with the Overlord now.
And now he has to start to build units, and this is exactly what he's going to do. But still, with the Warp Prism, he doesn't need a probe. He can just warp in units with the Warp Prism, so he doesn't even have to care about the creep spread. And Observer is being built. He will send this one over too, so that the Burrow upgrade won't do him any good at all.
No, it will not. And here we go. 6 Stalkers being warped in. The 1-1 upgrades are done for both players, except just a few seconds left on that Carapace upgrade, but it should be done very, very soon.
Supply difference in overall supply.
Yeah, this army supply, though, is much higher for Sniper. The problem is his opponent's unit composition is so much better, I feel. Nice flank by Sniper, but he just is not able to get through with these great force fields.
They're just only roaches, and as long as those immortals are alive, it's going to be hard to take this army down.
Yeah, it really will be, especially with how he's engaging here. The burrow does come into play, but there's an observer already out, and it's Witness army is going to crush one side of the army over here on the side.
And this is exactly the reason why you need this many sentries with this army, with this attack. And I'm a little bit surprised that we only saw 8 of them, but they are going to be enough. They still have energy for a few force fields. He's warping additional ones.
Yeah, he needs a few more because he's knowing that he's running out of force fields here. He needs to get a few more sentries in. If he can keep them alive and a few more seconds when those force fields recharge, this army may be unbeatable. Roach Burrow movement is 3/4 of the way done, but it's just not quite out yet.
The DPS is getting stronger and stronger for this army. The third base doesn't stand a chance at all. He needs to retreat with the drones. I'm really glad that he's at least able to do this, but at that point, as you can see, the army supply doesn't do anything for Sniper here because it's only roaches.
Yeah, he's fighting against an army that's designed to beat it, and that's never something that a Zerg player wants to do, but he has no choice here.
He doesn't have any additional attack. He's going for the burrow movement, and that's one of the things that might win him the game or bring him back. But with all these, how many stocks do we actually have? We have 25 already and the immortals, so this is a lot of firepower, even if he goes for the burrow movement.
Yeah, this is a terrible position to fight from. A queen goes down here. Some queens on the high ground may go down if he's not careful. Does not want to lose those queens on the high ground. Fortunately for him, the Protoss is not trying to take advantage of that. Oh, this is not the best engagement for Avenge, allowing the roaches to close the distance here. He was out of force fields.
Oh, a ton of roaches trying to get in here, warping in additional units and stalkers, and those two, the immortals. One of them is already gone. Will the second one die as well? Yes, it will.
Oh, nice micro on that immortal. I really like to see that.
I love it.
Oh man, that is actually so cool, but it looks like it's not going to matter. Sniper is going to clean up the rest of this army.
This is raw force. I'm actually not sure. Is the warp-ins? Now, you're right. He's able to take down every single one of them. With raw force, he is able to push through here, and now suddenly Avenge at 58 supply.
Yeah, there's no real backup plan with this either. He's warping in more sentries back at home because he knows he needs to defend against the counterattack that's going to occur. Right now, there are 24 roaches out on the map. The Spire goes down. I really, really like that because his opponent's going to be going immortal. I got to get these immortals out. Need to get these sentries out to defend with force shields, so he's not going to be able to rebuild that stalker count like he wants to. He's retaking his third base as well.
And even if he gets the stalkers up, he does not have blink. There is no Twilight Council. Defending against Mutalisk play, for example, is not going to be an easy thing, even though Mutalisks are usually not the weapon of choice for a Zerg player on this map because you don't have enough dead space behind the base.
You're exactly right. This is going to be a tough situation for Avenge to fight through. If Sniper tries to attack into this, though, things will even up pretty quickly. I don't like the idea to attack here. Maybe pick off a gateway or something, but see, now he's...
Forge, something like this. Staying out of range, but it's not going to be easy here.
Yeah, just does not want to overextend himself.
But he's just showing the roaches. He's like completely... He's just posturing in front of his opponent's army. He's like, okay, build more immortals. Build more immortals. You know you want to.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing here, and he's forced more immortals. Twilight Council is going down now. We're going to see a 4 Zealot drop, but it has been spotted, so it should be defended relatively easily. There's 2 queens in position to defend it.
And also a Spore Crawler about to finish.
Yeah, this is...
And Wolf, he has 10 Mutalisks. 10 Mutalisks are on their way.
Will he scout the Spire? That is the really big question. He's not going to see it, I don't think. Warp Prism being targeted down here. He's going to lose a queen, perhaps 2.
He needs to get his units into position. But the queens are already doing a fair amount of damage here. And now the Zerglings are getting in as well. The Spire has not been spotted.
He's going to warp in Zealots and attack this third base while the roaches come back. This is really great usage of the Warp Prism. I don't know if he's going to be able to take this base down. I don't think so. And he will see the Mutas, though. That is the most important.
But I really don't like this move by Avenge. He would have been able to save the hatchery regardless. So showing those Mutalisks is a mistake in my opinion. Now you can Avenge can split his stalkers. He can prepare for this. So it's not going to be easy, especially as he's taking a third base. He has to defend 3 positions at the same time.
And there's another base at the top left as well for Sniper that he can reinforce from. Zerglings are running in here trying to bait out force shields. I think there's no way in hell that Avenge is going to hold this third base if he gets another round of units in and attacks. Like Avenge, he's got to keep some stalkers in his main base, and even if he does, I mean, look at this. There's just too many mutas.
I would have loved to see him to head for the economy line and just take down probes. And well, with showing the meterless, obviously it was a bit of a problem. But now Sniper is getting into position.
There's way too many Zerglings
He
here.
has a 70 supply lead.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hero Roach is coming in here. And the Mutas are just going to target this Nexus down. No Observer in nearby. Now it joins the fight.
And immediately we have another attack.
A lot of hesitation here from Sniper means that this Nexus may in fact finish.
The Muta count is getting out of control. He is already at 25. Sorry, at 20.
Yeah.
A Dark Shrine now, also for the Archons, obviously.
Here we go. He's burrowing a lot of units. Look at this though. Sniper's being so indecisive. It's like he's waiting for that better Mutalisk count, but he just has to be careful. If he sits on this too much and loses too many units, he's going to be in trouble. Now, this is what I like to see. Sending the Mutas into the main and attacking the natural at the same time, or third base rather. The Mutas are actually going toe-to-toe with these Stalkers. There's too many. The Nexus will fall.
Yeah, he just focuses the Nexus down. The Nexus is gone, and therefore the income once again diminished. The Overseer dies, but look at all these Lings trapping the Immortals, and
Avenge
wow.
he can't fight this composition right now.
No, he can't. He does not have the numbers in order to compete with this army, and now he's even blinking in, so Blink is on cooldown, and the Lings are chasing them down.
Yeah, definitely taking advantage of that Blink cooldown. Tearing through these Stalkers. The supply 170 to 58. GG!
At the end of the game, he had the creep already spread up the ramp at the third base of Avenge, so it was really insane. Job well done. Taking the first map, the MVP player, Sniper, takes the lead in this best of 3 against Zenix Avenge.
Yep.
He's actually smiling.
Yeah, smiling a little bit there. I think he knows. There were a few critical mistakes in this play, but Sniper just played really well.
The early push of Avenge, he did so much damage. All these roaches, he was just a huge... He had a 50 supply lead, but it was only roaches. And as you pointed out earlier, it was just an army that was designed to take the roaches down. With all the force fields, the firepower of the Stalkers, and the Immortals as the backbone of the entire army, just shooting roaches everywhere, and suddenly this army supply didn't matter all that much. The third died, and then he pushed forward.
He waited until he had enough army to break through, and that's the thing. This type of attack is kind of on a timer, because eventually you run out of force fields.
Yep.
And once you run out of force fields, that's when things get bad.
And talking about running out of force fields, what was really crucial with it was that Sniper was able to have the second force of roaches in the back of the army, so suddenly he had to force field two sides. He didn't only have to force field the front, but the back as well. And he lost so much energy for his sentries at this point that he couldn't use the force fields later on when he was trying to attack the naturals.
Yeah. And it was a very razor thin game, which all of our games so far today have been like this. It's either you barely hold or you die. And we're gonna go into our next map, which will be Ohana between Avenge and Sniper. We'll see what type of build we're gonna see from Avenge here. I'd like to see a longer game with him. This is a really good map for Protoss versus Zerg. He can take a third fairly easily. We'll see what his plan is here as the map is loaded. I am Wolf. And with me is Caldo. We're jumping into Game 2 between Avenge and Sniper here at the GSL Code 8 round of 48.